Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Lesson 5, A Vision of Love Fulfilled. Let's start out with a quote and then we'll jump into the key topics for this. So, like a great athlete, we must have a very clear vision of what we want to accomplish before we make a move. Vision in preparation for an action is as important as the action itself. This is so incredibly true. So, I want you to think for a second of what you wanted to be when you were younger and the feeling that you just got from always imagining this. And there's just nothing, right? If nobody ever told you that this could not come true, you would always be in this mindset that this is going to happen. This is going to come true. And many times as we get older, we start believing the outside world. We start believing our parents, if they have said something that, well, that's not realistic. That's not going to make you money. Your friends, other, teachers around you, other mentors, other people that are around you. We start to believe that cannot happen because it's going to be really difficult or we're going to fail. And so we fall out of that childlike innocence. And then we come into our adulthood believing that it's just too much work for us to be able to imagine this amazing life. And so Katherine, jumping into this lesson today is very much about envisioning the life that we want, creating this vision. And we're actually going to create a vision board throughout the next 6 weeks where we can truly be able to expand the capacity for us to be able to truly welcome in the love that we desire. Many people can't envision having this love and relationship, right? And we don't allow ourselves to create this image because we don't believe that it can truly happen. And so a lot of the times we are in this either or mentality, meaning that, I'm either going to have a successful career or I'm going to have a successful romantic life. And I can tell you personally from my journey, my experience, that was very much my mindset. From just being at a younger age, I was always in this mindset of I want to be successful, I want to have my own business, or I want to be in a successful business, working for someone. And that's exactly where I was. I was always placing myself in these situations where I wanted to have love, right? But I believed that success and having work and a career couldn't balance out with my romantic life. And so I was always choosing partners that were unavailable because I subconsciously wanted to make sure that I was unavailable, or because I believed that if I had this career, I couldn't be available for love. And so this is why I say this book really changed my life about 3 years ago, because it really made me realize what I was blocking in my own life. And that was the belief. This chapter was really the one that really hit me the most, because I had this belief that career, if I was successful in my career and abundant in my career, that I couldn't have a romantic life. It just wasn't possible. I couldn't find somebody that could keep up with me. And that is so not true at all. At all. It's just the vision that I had was so small. My vision was just tunnel vision, right? And I wasn't expanding this grander vision of what I could have. So this is why I want to be able to bring this lesson to you with the knowing that, and the message that you can absolutely have everything that you desire. But we are just living in this world of tunnel vision. So when we open ourselves up and open up our capacity in our heart to understand that everything is truly connected and that we can have it all, it's amazing. And you will end up just starting to attract everything that you truly desire, including on this vision board. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the vision board when we get into the practice. So when we talk about the having mentality of either or, Katherine brings up one of her clients that came to her workshop, also named Katherine, and she was a singer. And her main thing was that she believed that she either was going to be, this famous singer, or she was going to have romance, but she didn't believe that she could have it all, right? And so being successful does not mean that we don't have time for a relationship. you can be successful in all areas of your life. And she has another client that her name was Susan. And Susan was a very spiritual person. And so in my community that I am in, I'm also very spiritual. And I do see this a lot. I will tell you this, where people get so deep into spirituality that they get so consumed into the mindset of spirituality that they don't leave room, or they don't allow room for a romantic life. And that's another place where we really have to be careful, because yes, you can be service to other people, right? So a lot of times in spirituality, being a life coach, we're in such service to other people. You have to be able to understand that you can create this capacity for love as well. And I've had life coaches that have come to me, and struggling with that, where they have solely focused on their life coaching business or their spirituality work, or their, entrepreneurship, that they have fallen into this subconscious mindset that it's either or. But I'm telling you, you can have it all. You truly can. And I love this quote from this book: until you are able to see yourself living the life that you truly want, until you see yourself living the life that you truly want, it will be difficult for you to create it. This is great because I was listening this morning to this motivational speech, and it's from Les Brown. He's amazing. If you can listen to him, he's wonderful. And he said, most people want to see something in front of them, and then they will believe. Okay? But you need to believe in order for you to see something. So when she says, until you are able to see yourself living the life that you truly want, what she means by seeing is by you believing in your heart. You seeing it in your heart first, and then you will see it in physical life. Okay, so you have to be able to truly feel it and see it within your heart, within yourself, where nobody else can break that bond for you. Nobody can break that image. That's so powerful, right? So this entirety of this lesson is for you to understand that if you want to have a successful business, if you want to have a successful career, whatever it is, right? Or you want to dive into your passion, that does not mean that you are going to step away from your romantic life. And in fact, you can romance everything that you do. And I want you to start bringing that into your, even into your career. Start bringing this romantic feeling into the things that you do. It sounds so silly, but I'm telling you, it works. When you start bringing passion into the things that you do, then you are going to start finding passion in things that are not just about work. You're going to start finding passion in a people. And that's when you start to attract love. So with that, let's dive into the actual practice of the day. All right, so the practice of the day today is we are going to take out a journal. And so with this journal, you're going to write a list of goals. And these are all the things that you feel are important to you to accomplish in this lifetime. I invite you to begin a collage today that you can work on at your own pace throughout the course. If you wish to spend a day doing this project to complete it, that's great. However, if the most that you can do today is simply begin the collage by locating one picture or phrase that you want to include, that's fine. So you want to look for images or words that represent the fulfillment of love in your life. Make sure that you include images of all the various parts of yourself in your life that are important to you, including those needs that you identified yesterday from lesson 4. It's important that you create a portrait of your life in which romantic love coexists. There's an interdependency, so it coexists with other things that you love and need in your life in order to feel fulfilled. You might look in the magazine or a bookstore for images created by masters or unknown artists that inspire you and touch your heart. You may even wish to draw or paint your own images into the collage. I know a few of you in this group will probably do that because there's a few artists in this group. Find or create at least one image today that fills your heart with the possibility of love and deep connection. Make sure that you choose an image to which you have a strong emotional response, okay? Make sure that this is something that you can truly connect with emotionally from the heart. Allow yourself to be creative and unconventional. As you collect pictures and words to include, you may want to keep them in a specific folder or box so that they are treated with reverence and respect. You may gather them all together before you begin gluing them onto a piece of cardboard, canvas, or wood, or you may create your masterpiece as you go. Place your images where you see them often. Whenever you look at the images, say to yourself, yes, this is for me. Thank you, God, or thank you, universe. So, this particular practice was so powerful for me. The way that I did it, I'm going to do this with you again, is every single day, starting with this lesson. I already started mine because I knew that we were going to be getting into this. But now that you know that this is what we're going to be creating, every single day, I want you to take your time to really just focus on one thing that you love. Yes, I encourage you, as she says, you could do this all in one day, but I'm going to tell you, you can do this all in one day, but take it from my experience. You're going to get so many aha moments that you might change your list, and that is okay, or you might want to add to it. So I would say that before you go gluing this masterpiece together, or putting this entire masterpiece together of this vision board, just sit with each feeling that you get, okay? And start finding pictures that go with this one feeling that you get of what you want. And I didn't get mine from magazines. I actually got mine from online. It's a little bit easier for me. So if you want to do magazines and you want to find words, great. I've done a vision board that way too. But I did mine with images from some like social media things sometimes where, like, think about it, images scroll up right on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you use, or just in general on Google, right? Where you can just search a certain word and these images will come up for you. So, and you can also Google the word and then write vision board, and you'll find where other people have done vision boards, and you'll find some inspiration from that. So really find these words that you can connect with. Now, the other way of feng shui is you can do what's called a bagua map, okay? A bagua map has 9 different squares in it, or sometimes you'll see it in a circle. I like to do mine in a square, in the 9 squares. Each square represents something. One is romance and love, one is travel, one is a career, one is your health, one is your family, one is knowledge, okay? And the center is the I am, the overall being. You can do it this way. But what I'm going to encourage you in doing, and this is the first time when I messed up in doing my my vision board and things weren't connecting. I was getting one thing, but I wasn't getting the other. And this was the disconnect for me. Again, I did not believe that I could have everything at once. That was my biggest issue when I was creating a vision board. I was creating a vision board based off of I could have this or I could have this. But I didn't connect them all together. So what I want you to do is, if you're going to use the bagua map, it's in feng shui, so you can Google this, is allowing an image in every single square, okay, in every single 9 squares to connect with one another. And I want you to feel what it would be like if I had this home, but then I want this car. So this car is parked in front of this home, but I want a family. I'm picturing my family coming into this house, and then we're taking this car on trips. This is what I did not do. And then in this corner is about travel, okay? So I'm actually doing it backwards as you're seeing me. So actually travel for you would be in this corner if you're doing the 9 bagua. So the travel would be in this corner because spirituality is in this corner if I'm doing this backwards. So where I was looking at up here was my home, the car that I wanted. This was travel. Well, I wasn't putting the two together. This travel was what I wanted to do by myself, not what I potentially wanted to do with my family, right? Or, and so your family will actually be in this square, this bagua map, this area. And so I wasn't connecting them all together. but you got to be able to connect them all together, because I was doing this either or instead of what if I connected all of this together? What would it look like? I would have support in all areas of my life. This is where I want you to really truly start looking at this lesson from that area. No more of this either or, okay? I can have this and this, all of it together. So let's go into the bonus practice now that I'm done going off on that whole tangent, because I love this exercise. It truly made a difference for me. And I want to share with you the failures that I had in making my vision map, and then the success that I had in the vision map. So hopefully this will help you. So let's jump into the bonus practice. Today I invite you to write about your quest for love by turning your love and all that you've been through in your own personalized fairy tale. Allow yourself to write about your life as though you were standing outside of yourself. Be creative, expressing your setbacks and failures as the obstacles that you need to overcome. See the people in your life, including yourself, as mythological characters. See parts of yourself in all of your main archetypal characters: the damsel in distress who longs for someone to rescue her, the knight in shining armor who heroically goes to many lengths to save her from her sorrows, and the critically tyrannic parent who would have her settle for less than her ideal love. Write about the challenges you are facing as the dragons that need to be slayed before love can be realized. And begin your fairy tale with once upon a time, and end it with a happy ending where love and all the important goals of your life are abundantly fulfilled. This was also a powerful exercise for me, because I want you to start writing this as the author says it. Actually start writing it from your childhood. Don't start writing it from where you are right now. And I say this to you because if you want to reprogram your DNA molecular structure and activate your reticular activating system, okay, your RAS. So if you want to activate that memory part of you, you need to rewrite your story going back to your childhood. That is so incredibly important. I do this a lot in hypnotherapy as well. When I go back and we do hypnosis, we go back to, and I go to hypnotize, my clients, we go back to changing the story of your childhood. That is so important. If you want to change right now, you have to change your past story. And you have to be able to find the good out of your story. So in this, I want you to find the good in your story that brings you to that happy ending. So with that, dive into this exercise today. It is an amazing exercise. And this might take you a few days to do this exercise. It took me about 2 days because I really wanted to dive into it and get really passionate with it. So with that, enjoy it. This lesson is going to be an entire process. And you'll notice that every day you'll have a key feeling. Write that down or find an image. You can collect these images. I have them saved onto a laptop, and I have them labeled as actually every quarter of the year. That's how I did it, because I'm adding on different things. And once I've achieved it, I have a completion. I actually have a completion folder of things that I've completed. It's amazing. It's powerful. It works. So I want you to start attaching yourself to the knowing that you can truly have everything that you want. You created it when you were younger as a child. Come back into that inner child and recreate that life. I will see you tomorrow.